Happy Wednesday, everyone. Hey, I am here on Instagram and Facebook. Hopefully this works. Hopefully you guys can see me. I don't know why the internet has been a little wonky, but hopefully you guys can all see me. If you're here, please say hello. Every Wednesday, I go live and I talk to you guys about the theme of the week, my blog post of the week, share announcements, and just spend some fun quality time with you guys. Hi, Hannah. How are you? So great to see you. Hannah is one of the ladies who was in my inner circle last year. She is a mamapreneur. See, it looks like Instagram keeps pausing for some reason. I don't know about technology, guys, but sometimes it's very reliable and other times it's just not working. So I'm a little bit early today. I'm gonna actually, I don't know why it's not working. If you're there, say hello. Tell me where you're coming from. We're just gonna wait a couple minutes. So I'm gonna make actually a few announcements right now. If you guys have not received my affirmation cards, make sure you sign up for one of these, okay? I created these I created them for Valentine's Day and I sent them out as Valentine's to you guys. There's a fun little love note on the back, and then the front of the card just has beautiful mindset and confidence affirmations for you guys to really just to encourage you and to give you some support in your business. And I had a client actually message me yesterday and tell me how she's been using it. She's really been focusing on one of the affirmations. So you can take this, you can frame it, you can hang it next to your computer, you can put it on the refrigerator. But it's just a great little tool for you guys. And again, it's free. All you have to do is sign up at katekrocko.com/snail mail. katekrocko.com/snail mail. Hannah said the kiddos are sick both at the same time. Oh man, what a bummer. Yeah, I have, guys, I think that becoming a mom is like one of those things that just teaches you surrender times 100 because you just have to learn to let things go when plans don't work as expected. This week I had carved out some extra time for me to get some extra work done on all the projects I'm working on. And of course, I think you guys may have heard that, was it Monday? Monday, I ended up having to go to the doctor last minute. It was like a whole 2-hour thing. And then yesterday we had this crazy storm, so I had to go pick the baby up like 2.5 hours early from daycare. So that just threw everything off, so that I lost 5 hours this week. And 5 hours to me is so much time in my business. I could have gotten so much done in 5 hours, but I know it's okay, right? Because everything will always get done. And you just have to tell yourself that it's always going to get done. There will always be more time. And actually I did a training for one of the ladies in my mastermind yesterday for her group program, and I talked about that, how time is one of those limiting beliefs and one of those lies that we tell ourselves as business owners, that there's not enough time. And I used to say that all the time, but now I replaced there's not enough time with there's plenty of time for the things that mean the most to me and the things that are my priority. So if I want to make something happen and I don't have a lot of time, I can still make it happen, right? Because that's going to be my top priority. So I'm going to learn to really, have some strict boundaries in other areas. I'm going to learn to cut things out, to only do the bare minimum, and all the other fluff that's not necessary, just leave it. And that's it. Hi, Melissa. Great to see you. Good morning. I know Melissa definitely got her affirmation card. She posted a picture of it. So again, if you guys don't have one of these, I'm going to post the link in the Facebook. katekrocko.com/snail mail. There you go. So you guys can grab it. My other fun announcement for you today. Dun, dun, dun. I'm slowly bringing something over. It's very heavy. Podcast microphone. I am starting a podcast. Ah, guys, it's scary. It's really exciting, and it's something that actually came out of um it was an idea that was really, and let's actually start talking about the blog post of the week, because it has to do, I'm not going to talk all about the conference, but I want to share some little insights with you guys about the conference and just about disappointments. I shared this yesterday on my Instagram. I don't know if any of you guys follow my Instagram stories, but about how I've learned in life and in business that when we're disappointed, just to let it go. And I know for some people it's really hard, especially if you're just learning this concept, like letting it go, something that you really wanted, something that you were dreaming about for a long time. It can feel really hard, but I'm telling you, when you can let go and surrender and believe that there's something else that's meant to happen that's going to replace that. So I like to call it a redirection. So you're going to be redirected onto a different path than you thought that you were going to be on. Great things come, guys. So basically, hubby and I had this plan in the winter. We had this other business opportunity, and we were so excited about it. So many amazing things were going to come out of it. It was going to possibly give jobs to other people and help the community, and we were pumped. And sadly, it fell through. Like, we were basically like about to sign contracts on something, and contracts were taking too long, and we're like, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Well, somehow we lost the deal. So we weren't able to build our dream of what we really wanted to do together. But in that time, I had been dreaming about other things. So in this project that we were going to be doing together, I was wanting to maybe start a podcast, and that, like, there's a little bit more of a backstory behind that, but I'm not going to share it all right now. I had also wanted to get maybe some interns and have employees for this business. So I started thinking bigger, right? And I wouldn't have started to think about podcasts or interns and employees if this business opportunity had not presented itself to us, right? Because, I mean, I've thought about doing a podcast in the past, but it never was like something I felt I could do. I was just a little bit fearful. Hi, Camila. Hello, love. How are you? Camila has an awesome podcast, Heart Behind Hustle. If you guys want to go listen, she was one of my old coaches this time last year. She's amazing. And so yeah, Camila, I'm actually starting a podcast, and I want to have you on. I'm going to be emailing you soon. So this opportunity got us thinking bigger and thinking in ways that stretched our imagination, that our imagination would not have gone to these places in the past. So I look at that disappointment as actually a good thing, because it planted ideas into my mind. It gave me ideas of thinking bigger and creating these other things in my business. So when I went to Color Conference every year just gives me all of these confirmations of what steps to take next, right? And for some reason, the springtime always seems to be that time in my life where I think for a lot of us, right? It's like the winter time, it's sort of, like dead outside, cold, everything's sort of stagnant. And then the spring, you're like ready for new life, ready for a new start. But sometimes it can be overwhelming and you don't know which way to go or where to start. So Color Conference comes every spring. So this is why it's been so perfect and so timely for me each and every time. And I won't get into all of the different ahas that I've had every year, because you guys can read about that in the blog, and I'm not going to bore you to death here. But this year, what it really confirmed, so there was a quote that one of the lead pastors had said, and it basically boiled down to something like this: all of heaven looks down and says, like, daughter, is that all that you want? So it's asking a question. Is that all that you want? Is that really all that you're asking for? Right? And that was like, boom, goosebumps, aha moment. Really, Kate? Is that all I'm asking for? Is that all that I've been wanting? No. And I realized at that time, I've been really playing it small. Like in the past, I played it really big. Like when I was working with Camila, I was playing it big. But after having the baby, yeah, Melissa, isn't that beautiful? If you read the blog, I have more of it in there. And actually, the full quote I posted on my Instagram account too. You can see it there. Like there's an actual picture of it. So what I realized was that probably the last, since I found out I was expecting again, and I'm 15 weeks today, so just about 4 months pregnant. I started to, at first I like went heavy with my work and I'm like, I'm going to get as much done as I can. So funny. I made all of these different like freezer meals. I'm like, I'm going to get as much done as I can in case I get sick again, like I was Vanville. And I luckily did not get that sick this time. So I was gung-ho for like a month, but then the last probably 2.5 months, I had really just like leaned back, but like leaned back in a place of, not like in a good way, because right, it's important that we lean back in our business and that we're not always hustling, but in sort of like a way of, I'm going to play it safe. Like I'm comfortable right now. I'm comfortable. So I'm going to stay in this comfort zone, right? And when you're feeling comfortable, it's not a good thing. Not a good thing. And it means you're not stretching yourself. If you're not feeling like a little bit of stress or a little bit of anxiety every day, and I'm not telling you like to feel stress or anxiety, but I think that every day it's important that we try to do at least one thing that scares us, okay? And every day I'm going to do something that scares me, and it doesn't have to be business related. Monday, I had something going on with the baby, and they were telling me go to the emergency room, and I advocated for myself, and I don't always do that. I try to, but sometimes it's a little uncomfortable. And I said, is this something you guys can please just do at the office? And they said, we normally could do it at the office, but we think you should just go to the emergency room. And I said, can you please just check and see if there's a doctor who will do it for me? Because I've got a baby, and for me to go to the emergency room, we're going to be there for hours. And I would really appreciate if it's something you can do at the office that you see if a doctor can please just sneak me in and do this today. And they did. They did. So, that felt a little bit scary. That was out of my comfort zone, like really having to be assertive and firm and saying, like, not taking no for an answer. Like, please find a doctor who can do this for me today. But also being nice about it, right? So I think that every single day we need to try to do something that takes us out of our comfort zone. And what I'll say is about 2 months or so, I was not really practicing that all the time. I had just become a little complacent. I was like working on things, but like not thinking ahead or thinking big like I normally do. So when I went to this conference and I heard again that quote, all of heaven looks down and says, daughter, is this all that you're asking for? Is this all that you want? Like, why is this all that you're asking for? Goosebumps, right? Man, I'm not asking for enough. I'm not dreaming big enough. And that's when I knew, all right, I'm starting the podcast. Like, this is something that's been on my heart. It feels really uncomfortable. Guys, like now I'm starting to feel more comfortable. Like actually getting this microphone was, sometimes we need like a physical reminder or like a physical incentive of, I'm going to buy this thing or I'm going to start this thing, because that means that I'm committed, right? It helps us commit. So have to get cracking. Oh, so great to see you, Hannah. Love you, lady. Hope the kiddos feel better. So this is actually something I notice all the time. When I have women who decide to sign up to work together, sometimes I have a little bit of a wait list. So it takes a little bit of time before we can actually start if they're doing one-to-one or one-to-one work. So the last client that I signed on, no, the second to last client I signed on, we had like a 3-week gap that she had to wait before we could start her one-to-one sessions. And she signed up, paid, and the crazy thing is, in those 3 weeks, boom, 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 she had all of these successes. She signed a new client, had all these other things going on, had other opportunities that came up for her in her business. It always happens. Once we make the commitment to do something, the floodgates start to open. And actually another, so funny, and it happens for every client that I work with. Another woman who joined the mastermind, she's not doing one-to-one, just the mastermind. As soon as she joined, and like she was scared, she was really, really scared to invest in herself. But literally, like the day, like she went into the group and she wrote this long post. These are all of the things that have happened to me. These are all of the clients that I've signed on since I just committed and said yes, this mastermind. Like I cannot believe that this is happening. And I say, no, believe it. Like this is what happens when you say yes to yourself, when you commit to, it's so funny. I see like someone, a confident lady running right now. It's so funny. Such a small world, right? Just saw her outside. When you commit to yourself, when you say yes to yourself, when you take that physical step to go and do it, to do the thing, everything starts to work out. Like you start to get confirmation after confirmation. So scared as heck, bought the microphone, committed to doing this. Thank you. Yeah, my shirt says procrastinating. I can't talk today. Although I have not been drinking caffeine, guys, but I'm used to it now because of the Sweet Babe. So yeah, so I committed to that and now it's gotten easier, right? I'm taking little steps every day. It's still so scary, but I said to myself, I'm going to buy this. Then I'm going to make some outlines. I'm going to make a list of people that I'm going to reach out to. I'm going to start booking interviews. I have like 9 people already set up for June. So I'm going to just keep getting more interviews and getting more people set up. I interviewed a really amazing guy who's going to be doing all of the editing for me. The next scary step for me, guys, I'm going to just share this journey along the way because I want you guys to know that I'm doing it afraid. The next scary thing is I have to record the intro and outro. And I have to come up with like my fun little tagline and all that stuff. And then he's going to like put it to music, like match it up. I don't know how to do any of that stuff. But that's scary, right? Like I found some cool music. I think it's cool. I don't know. I think it's fun. But now I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to hear myself. I have to record and I have to like keep listening to make sure it sounds okay and that it's clear and that it's concise. Like that's uncomfortable, but I'm going to do it, right? Because again, I'm thinking bigger. I know that there's more than I want than what I have right now. And it's not like I'm ungrateful or like I'm not happy with what I have right now. I am so grateful. I'm so happy with what I have right now, but I know that I can push myself to do more. And the more that I do, the more lives I get to impact. And especially having a podcast, I'm just so pumped to be able to share. And this is what the podcast is going to be on, is I'm going to be interviewing female entrepreneurs and asking them what their number one limiting belief was that they overcame in their life and business. Because we all have limiting beliefs. We all have multiple limiting beliefs and lies that we tell ourselves that hold us back from greatness. And I want to hear, because I learned the best from story. I love hearing other people's story. I love when I can say, oh my God, you too? Like you went through that? Wow, so did I. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I love honesty and I love transparency because we're all doing this together. Love you, Melissa, all doing this together. And yeah, so they're going to all come on. They're going to share what that top lie was that top limiting belief, how they overcame it, the steps that they took, and now where they're in their business, and how that has opened up opportunities, how that's brought in clients, how that's really gotten them out of their comfort zone. Yeah, Natalie, I'm so excited and great to see you here today. So pumped. I know for me, somebody actually asked me yesterday, I was teaching a class and they said, what was your top limiting belief that you overcame? Like, what's the biggest one that you've overcome so far? And for me, I said it was motherhood. I never thought that I could be a successful business owner and a mom. I thought I had to choose one or the other. And I used to sit there and like literally cry because I couldn't decide. And I would say, I think the easiest thing is just sticking with my business and not having babies because I really don't think that I can keep up with both. I really believe that I can't keep up with both. I have to do one or the other. And that was a complete lie that I told myself because, guys, I have a baby. I got another one on the way. And my business is doing just as well, if not better now, with the less time that I have. I used to work 70-hour weeks in this business. Now I work maybe 20. That's if I'm lucky, right? Like maybe I get 20 hours a week that I can possibly work in my business. But like I said, this week I've already lost 5 hours. So I'm already down to 15 and the week's not even over yet. And I know I'll have other interruptions and things that are going to come up, but that's okay, right? Because we get it all done. It all ends up getting done. So yeah, so I'm doing this journey afraid. And I might stutter, I might stumble my first couple podcasts that I'm going to record. I have no idea what I'm doing, but all I keep thinking about, again, when we get visible, when we do scary things in our business, we have to drop our egos. We have to leave our egos at the door. It's not about us. All right? Like I might sound stupid. I might make a mistake. I may call the person I'm interviewing the wrong name. Who knows, right? Anything could happen. But the important thing, the reason why I'm going to be doing this podcast is so that these other women can share their stories with you. So this is all about you. This is about what you're going to be able to receive. So you have to tell yourself it's not about me. All right? I'm going to come imperfectly, flawed. I'm going to do the best that I can, and that's it. So that's what I keep telling myself. Those are those affirmations that I keep repeating over and over and over again. Don't forget to get your affirmation cards. So, I got like 10 minutes, guys. I got to wrap up in 10 minutes because I have a client right on the dot today. So the other confirmation I received from Color Conference was, and again, this was something that had been swirling through my mind back when this other opportunity was possibly on the table, to have employees and have interns. So these are individuals who are in college. I have one who is in college and I have one who's in grad school. And I'm just so excited. They start next Thursday, a week from tomorrow. I'm like, yay. I'm like, I don't know. I'm like more excited than they probably are. But they're going to come to my house and we're going to have our internship here. They're going to work here. And I'm just so pumped to be able to teach other women. Again, this is something that's totally out of my comfort zone. I hope that they watch this because I want them to know how I'm feeling about it too. Hi, Erin, how are you? I have never had an intern before. I've never had an employee before. So this is new to me, right? I have only had people in my business, contractors who have done things for me, who basically know more than I do about the things that I need done in my business, and they just go do them. But I know in order for me to lead, and that's the big thing I kept hearing at this conference too, was like one of my big dreams in the future is to write a book on leadership. And how can I write a book on leadership when I have not actually been leading? I mean, I've been leading like my groups, my clients, but employees is the one thing that I have not led yet. So this is really scary for me. I don't know how it's going to go, but I'm just going to do my best, right? I'm going to do my best and try to make it as fun as I can for them, because I remember being an intern in undergrad, being an intern in grad school, like great opportunities, but literally like worked like a horse, got paid nothing. Like, I guess they didn't pay for internships back then. Thank you. Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm also really scared because I don't know how I'm gonna do, but I'm just gonna do it. Do it afraid. Um, so yeah, so I want this to be fun because I can remember feeling as an intern like really intimidated, like not really important, not given a lot of freedom to do what I wanted to do. And I want to make it completely different. And I want to show other women that, you can start a business, you can have a family, you can work from home, you can do whatever it is you want. You don't have to do what you see everyone else doing. And I'm just so excited to do it. So I'll be sharing with you guys like behind the scenes stuff because I think it'll be fun to like show you what it's like as I'm learning, they're learning, and yeah, they're definitely going to be helping out a lot. So you'll be seeing more of them. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. I have to actually hop off in a second because I have a client. But if you guys are on Instagram, make sure you go and follow, keep bringing my microphone over, my podcast handle. It's just Kate, I think it's just Kate Kracko Podcast. The podcast is called Thinking Like a Boss. That is actually the title of the book that I'm writing right now. And the book is very similar to what the podcast is going to be. So I love how they go hand in hand like that. Make sure you go and follow, and I'll be sending updates shortly about when it's going to launch. It will be in July, when the first episode will be out. Yay, thank you. And wow, hello from Greece. Hello. Oh, I would do anything to be in Greece right now. That is one place that's on my bucket list for sure. I've never really traveled much, but Greece is on my list. So yeah, podcast, and then also don't forget, get your affirmation cards, guys. They're free. It's really fun for me because I get to actually like sit down and write your name and your address and pop it in the mail and have really adorable stamps. Rifle Paper Company has really cute stamps that they sell at the post office. So thank you guys for joining me today. Love you all. I hope that you guys have a great rest of your week. And yeah, think bigger, okay? Where are you playing it small? Ask yourself that question. Love you.